Mike Tyson, the man who had all his contemporaries trembling just by hearing his name, was threatened more than once before stepping into the ring. These are carried by his fists. One of them is Donovan Ruddock, the Canadian giant who was on his way to greatness, but Tyson brought him back down to earth on a couple of occasions. Welcome. Make yourself comfortable. A new clash of titans is about to begin. It was 1991 when Mike Tyson and Donovan Ruddock answered the call of a finicky fate to test their strength in the honorable boxing ring. The agreed date was March 18th, and unbeknownst to them, both would star in a tenacious chapter in the golden history of pugilism that would begin that day and close months later. In the ring at the Mirage Hotel and Casino, Richard Steele awaited them to join as the third man in the ring. Tyson entered the fight as the number 1 heavyweight contender for the World Boxing Council, the World Boxing Association, and the International Boxing Federation. Ruddock, the Canadian giant, entered as the number 2 contender for the same prestigious organizations. It was a heavyweight eliminator fight that would determine which of these two fighters would be the most lethal of the moment, and it did not disappoint any attendee. First round. Tyson jumped from his corner with his characteristic aggressiveness, sizing up Ruddock with his left and seeking the first blow with his right. Almost immediately, Mike's ferocity on the offensive drove Ruddock into the ropes. Shortly after, in the middle of an attack, a misstep almost sent the Canadian giant to the canvas.
Well, he's ready for it. He threw his bomb. All right. Tyson.
This series of events, in a short time, made Tyson completely take control of the fight's pace. Throughout the round, Ruddock attempted various attacks against Tyson, but Iron Mike's guard was as solid as a concrete wall.
Steele and associate minister lets them know.
Ruddock began to put some distance between him and Mike by stretching his left and trying to reduce his attacks by opting for clinches. But every so often, Tyson landed a good punch that reminded everyone present why he was the true knockout machine.
Save the care. A harsh body punch by Tyson. That's the real Tyson right there.
The tension rose even more when, after the bell rang to end the round, the fighters did not stop.
Tyson hitting afterwards. And the bad foot.
With Steele separating them and their respective corners entering the ring, what was around the corner was an unprecedented event that no one could anticipate. Second round. When Ruddock came out of his corner, Tyson was already waiting for him like a predator for its prey. As soon as the bell rang, he pounced on him and neutralized any initiative by the Canadian giant to seek the first blow. Shortly after, with a powerful left hook, Mike sent Ruddock to the canvas. Not even he himself could believe what had just happened. But there was no mystery. He had been a victim of the power of a living legend, Iron Mike. Donovan got up immediately and returned to the fight only to continue being subdued by Mike. His attempts to level the balance were futile. His attacks were weak. Therefore, clinching remained his best friend in the ring. His struggle to put some distance between him and Tyson became more evident, who occasionally continued to land big blows.
Because the hurricane is building up. There for one punch when he should be punching.
Alternating between sadistic combinations to the body and head, Mike left no doubt as to why he was the number 1 heavyweight contender. Third round. Ruddock started by putting some distance between him and Tyson, stretching his left, but it didn't take long for him to be hit by the force of Mike's left. Tyson, who pushed him back until he hit the ropes, had a clear strategy and it was working. In contrast, it seemed that the Canadian giant didn't know how to engage his opponent. Even in the middle of the clinches Ruddock generated, Tyson delivered accurate body shots that shook his opponent's fighting spirit. His left hand was starring in the match, so it was only a matter of time before the unimaginable happened. Once again, during the last 20 seconds of the round, Ruddock opened his guard while attempting to attack Tyson with sloppy combinations. This sudden change in his stance gave Tyson the opportunity to score another knockdown. With less than 5 seconds remaining, Tyson's lethal left executed a second hook that made the Canadian giant wobble, ending up hitting the canvas on his back.
He just doesn't quite
Upon getting back up, the expression on his face was pure gold, a mix of naivety and fear. The beast that vowed to kill Mike Tyson was being tamed, and in the cruelest way possible. When the fight resumed, time played in his favor, and the sound of the bell gave him the breath to live another round. Fourth round. After the close of the previous episode, Ruddock did not want to risk a single inch of himself. His left continued trying to mark distance from Tyson, retreating when he advanced until there was nothing but the ropes behind. When he got too close, the Canadian giant created a clinch to buy some time and reduce Mike's freedom to attack him. Occasionally, he threw a punch or two that seemed to go nowhere.
As far as his feet go, not as far.
It seems as if Tyson
Catches breath, looking for a second win here. He's forward.
Tyson looking for that. That body shot sounded like he hit a drum. Again, the crowd groans.
Relentless attack by Tyson.
He only managed to land one last punch when the bell rang to end the round, and Tyson responded by ceasing fire.
Oh, they hit after the bell once again.
Fifth round. The Predator was starting to get tired of playing with his prey, and it was evident. Reducing the number of attacks, you could see how Mike closely followed Ruddock with his gaze to find the weak point where to slip his lethal fists. For the moment, it was his chest, his liver area, or his head.
This one was a good shot by Ruddock.
Tyson did a good job demonstrating a great ability to attack various targets at once. Meanwhile, the Canadian giant's body was being tested. It was about seeing how many deadly punches from Iron Mike he could absorb without collapsing. Once again,
the question his integrity or his honesty.
Sixth round. Ruddock backed into the ropes as soon as the round started. Tyson had tamed him, and he wasn't even trying to hide it anymore. Failing most of his attempts to attack, the Canadian giant was subjected to receiving punches 10 times more powerful on any valid corner of his body. At this point, the question was how much longer Donovan Ruddock would be able to withstand Mike Tyson in the ring. And the answer was just around the corner.
Continues to stay on his feet. He's been knocked down twice.
He's getting chopped down little by little. Whoa, nice right hand.
Seventh round. With Tyson dominating the first half of the 7th episode, for some reason Ruddock thought it would be a good idea to lower his guard to counterattack. In the center of the ring, this sudden change in posture gave Tyson the opportunity to unleash heavy artillery. With a couple of body shots, he guided the Canadian giant into his deadly trap, the ropes. Once there, the target was clear. He was going for the head. Steele tried to give Ruddock the chance to defend himself, putting some distance between them. But there was nothing to be done. Mike executed one last combination of punches that left Ruddock's head dancing on his body, unable to resist.
Coming back, now Tyson with a big left. Pretty good chin.
Yeah, but Ruddock.
All that could be seen was left-right until Steele had the mercy Tyson wouldn't show and stopped the fight. With this, Mike Tyson was declared the winner by technical knockout at 2 minutes and 22 seconds of the 7th round. If you've made it this far, I thank you. Did you like the story? Remember, the best way to support my content is by leaving a like on the video. Do you think Ruddock had any real chance of killing Mike Tyson as he promised? Or was he just a big mouth who spoke too quickly? I'll read you in the comments.